Okay, so we got a couple of examples in your notes. We're going to do a couple together, go through our steps. You can see what this looks like. Here's example one. You've got x squared, can you see that? Minus 2x equals 3. So let's just get started. First step, we got to get the equation set equal to 0. So we're going to move the 3 over. And you guys have to remember that whenever you move numbers across the equal sign, it changes that sign. So this becomes x squared minus 2x minus 3 equals 0. If you put a plus 3, it's a totally different equation. We'll give you a totally different quadratic, which means that you will be totally wrong. So pay attention and please don't make the same careless mistake most of you have been making since September. Okay? So let's look at what we have. My A is 1 because it's invisible. My B is negative 2 and my C is negative 3. Okay, you see that? So I'm going to start off with my axis of symmetry. You got to remember that this is how you find the axis of symmetry, okay? My B is negative 2, so the opposite of B would be positive 2. And then my A is 1. So 2 divided by 2 is equal to 1. Go ahead and take a moment and draw in your line of symmetry where x equals 1. Go ahead and put that in. Right there. Okay? Second thing we need to do is get our vertex. We know, we learned from section 2, your vertex is going to somewhere be on this dotted line. So you're going to take this value for x, which is 1, plug it into the equation. We'll put it right here, and then we'll see what our y is. So that's y. That's 1 squared minus 2 times 1 minus 3. That's 1 minus 2 minus 3. I've been saying for the past couple of days, do not trust yourself. Make sure that you get some help if you don't know your signs. When x is 1, this equals negative 4. Did I get that right? So my vertex is at 1, negative 4. So let's plot that. You already got your 1 because you're at the dashed line. So you're going to go down 4 right there. There's your vertex. Now, looking at our equation, my A is 1. So I know that my parabola is going to go down, down, down. And when it hits the vertex, it's going to go up. So we've completed step 2. Step 3, we need an XY table. So let's go ahead and set up our X values. I've already got x to be 1, so I don't need that again. We can do 0. Let's do negative 1. Let's do 2, and let's do negative 2, okay? So like I said, we already have x equals 1. We don't need to do that again because I've already figured it out. So we're going to plug in these values for x and find our y. So when x is 0, this term's canceled out, that term's canceled out, you're left with negative 3. Okay? When x is negative 1, we got to plug it in. So I'm going to come over here, negative 1 squared minus 2 times negative 1 minus 3. You got to remember whenever you square a negative, it turns positive. So that's 1, negative 2 times negative 1 is plus 2 minus 3. 1 plus 2 minus 3 equals 0. Okay? Now, pay attention. We just got lucky. Remember when I told you that your x-intercept occurs where y is equal to 0? We just found exactly what that x-intercept is. We found one. So we just got lucky. Okay? When x equals 2, let's plug it in. That's 2 squared minus 2 times 2 minus 3. 2 squared is 4. Negative 2 times 2 is negative 4. Minus 3, when you do the math, the 4's cancel out. Your y is negative 3. Now let's do it one more time. We have negative 2 as our x, so we plug it in. And I hope that I see this work on your paper on the side because you got to do this right to get your table right, to get your graph right. Negative 2 squared is positive 4. Negative 2 times negative 2 is another positive 4. Minus 3, 8 minus 3 is 5. All right. We've done steps 1, 2, and 3, half of 3. Let's go ahead and plot it real quick and finish this up before the video ends. So I have 0, -3. Come on, you guys, plot with me. -1, 0, so that's over here. 2, what is that? 2, -3, so that's over here. And then I have -2, +5, right up here. So there are my points. So we're going to put them together, and if I'm moving too fast, then just catch up. And then we go back up, and there's your parabola. Now, a couple of days ago, we would have stopped right here and said, yay, you're done. But remember, we're looking for the solutions. And where will the solutions be? They'll be the points that cross the x-axis. Those are your x-intercepts. So we found one here, and then you see that you have another one here. So how many solutions does this equation have? 2. So your answer should be 2 solutions. Again, I'm not getting into what those solutions are. If that has the graphing calculator and all that, I really don't want to deal with it. So this would be your answer for this problem, 2 solutions.